quickly. "But even in Smeatley, even far from home, we will be together, dearest. We will have each other just as we always have." Lucy raised her gaze. Her once clear and naive eyes were clouded with an understanding of how unkind fate could truly be. "Do you promise?" The pleading in her voice was nearly Evangeline's undoing. "We will be together, no matter what happens." Evangeline pulled her sister into a tighter embrace. "I swear to you, Lucy, I will not ever leave you, not ever." Her sister took a deep breath, a gesture she had employed her whole life when calming herself. This time, however, the movement shuddered through her. For Lucy's sake, Evangeline clamped down her pain and resolved to be the sure foundation they both needed. "What do you say to pilfering something from this room?" "Pilfering?" Evangeline forced a smile. "We each search about for something to take with us when we go, something of our family and our life here." "But Aunt Barton said we weren't permitted to take anything, that it all belongs to the estate." Evangeline assumed her most mischievous expression, one she'd often employed when Lucy was younger and they'd undertaken some silly game or another. "We won't tell Aunt Barton, and no one will notice. Nothing in this room is of particular value in the eyes of anyone but us. We will slip whatever we choose into our trunks and never breathe a word of it." Lucy pulled away, enough to look up into Evangeline's eyes. "What if we're caught?" "We won't be. No one will come in here for a few minutes yet." For the first time since the true nature of their family's illness had become apparent, Lucy's expression turned hopeful. "And I can keep whatever I choose?" "You can keep it forever and ever." Lucy nodded anxiously and stepped away, her wide-eyed gaze scouring the walls. Evangeline turned away, giving her sister a modicum of privacy to make her very personal selection. She hoped her scheme would help in some small way. She knew no other means of easing even the smallest bit of Lucy's suffering, or her own, for that matter. Evangeline fixed her gaze upon a framed photograph on the bookshelf. Her father had been fascinated with photography and had, only a few short months earlier, arranged for a family portrait. How they had teased him about what had seemed like a ridiculous novelty. Yet there was her family, father and mother, George and James, frozen in time alongside Evangeline and Lucy. Captured forever. The sight pained and comforted her all at once, and she knew she had found her item to pilfer. Evangeline glanced at the empty parlour doorway. She took the photograph from the shelf, then moved swiftly to her trunk, opening it with shaky hands. She lifted two folded chemises, slipped the photograph beneath them, then carefully closed the lid. She remained there, kneeling before her trunk. "Have you found something to claim for your own, dearest?" "May I take more than one thing?" Desperation touched Lucy's simple question. Evangeline wished she could allow Lucy to claim everything her heart desired, but Aunt Barton had been quite clear about them taking only their personal effects. She had caught Evangeline attempting to pack away one of Mother's porcelain figurines and had confiscated it. "So long as whatever you choose can be easily hidden," Evangeline reminded Lucy. "They are very small," Lucy said. "I can put them all in my wrist bag." "Will the added weight be obvious? We wouldn't want Aunt Barton to grow suspicious." "Help me hide them, Evangeline," Lucy begged. "I can't bear to leave anything behind." Perhaps this had been a bad suggestion. Lucy's fragile heart would be set upon the treasures she'd selected. What if there was no way of secreting them away? Footsteps sounded. Evangeline turned quickly to her sister, whose look of panic told her she'd heard their aunt's approach as well. They would have to be swift. She quickly perused Lucy's stolen goods. Father's pipe would fit in her wrist bag, but would be easily spotted. The book she'd selected from James's stack would also be harder to tuck away. "Place the book and pipe in my trunk," she said quickly. "Tuck them under the clothes so they won't be easily seen." What else had her sister selected? An antimacassar? Similar bits of lace could be found over the backs and arms of chairs throughout the kingdom.